Oh, hello. Good to see you here. Welcome to Liege. I was expecting you. Yeah, I'm the custard prophet. You know that, don't you? I'm here in Liege with Sean Death. You might have heard of him. Bit of a legend in the in Scandinavia, in Gibraltar, nowhere else. Yeah, here with him. He's taken over at a local football club. Yeah, there was a video about it. If you look below, you might see that. But it's not standard, is it? It's not standard Liege. It's RFC Liege. I've never heard of them, but he seemed quite excited about it. In the third tier of Belgian football, I didn't even know there were 3 tiers in Belgian football, but here we are. Anyway, he asked me to come along and kind of record how he does his journey. He thinks, the crazy man, he thinks he's gonna get out of this third tier all the way up to the top tier, overtake Standard Liège and win the league and make a big success out of it all. I mean, I don't know about that. Do you like my apartment? No expense spared. I mean, on the wage he's on, I don't think he can afford it. But I'm here now. I'm in here for the long haul, so we'll see how we get on. Shall we see how he got on his first day? As he checks out his new club, we'll go and meet everybody. Let's do that. See you in a second. Well, hello guys. We're at the club. This is episode 1, season 1, hopefully of many seasons, of our save with RFC Liege. Today we're not going to play any football, so apologies for that straight off the bat. This is about looking at the club, having a little look round, having a look at Sean himself, the man himself, seeing what the challenge is ahead. Is it going to be super tough, or is it going to be more straightforward than we think? Sneak preview, it's not, but we'll see. So you'll see straight away, I haven't uploaded any logo packs yet. I haven't found any for this level of Belgian football, unfortunately. The top division is covered, but I decided not to use the logo pack for that yet, because I'd rather put something in which actually covers these guys as well, because I want our badge in there. So that's a little bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Let's have a look at this club, this historic club. The club we are coming into, Royal Football Club de Liège. General information: so they were founded in 1892, as we've talked about. They are a semi-professional club, so that is something that needs to be sorted out. 2-star reputation, and they're in the first amateur division. They are Le Sang en Marine. I'm not entirely. I thought song meant blood and I don't know, or something like that. I don't know my French. Something like that. Someone can explain what that means. Facilities wise, this is important. So we are in this minuscule stadium, but we're used to small stadiums, aren't we, on this channel? So a 3,000 capacity stadium. It was recently built, as we saw in the intro, the Ruckort Stadium, and 1,000 seats. I have no idea whether there's capacity to be upgraded, but we'll see. We own the stadium, so that's important. Stadium condition is good. Look at this. This is kind of nice. Looking at the training facilities, we have both good youth and first team training facilities. That is going to be big. That is important, because I think training and youth will be important in this challenge, and we are going to try and bring youth players through. Junior coaching, a good academy coaching, which is great, and its youth recruitment is only average, so we will look to be bringing that up at the first possible opportunity. So far so good. As you can see, history wise, they've won the Belgian Cup once, which was in 1990. I think I showed a video of that. Won the Pro League 5 times, but not since 1953. So it's a long way back, and Standard have been doing far too well for far too long. Finances wise, we do have money in the bank. The club has money. We have a wage budget, which we are currently at, which I hadn't noticed, so that's interesting. We might have to do something with a transfer budget just to give us a little bit more wiggle room in the wage budget, and you'll see why in a second. The board are hoping we will finish in the top half in the league and reach the 6th round of the Belgian Cup. No idea what that means, but hopefully that's not too hard a job. Let's have a look at the manager. So yes, it is Sean Death. We'll have a look at him. This is Sean Death, and he is a colourful figure, as you can see. Gon is the tracksuit, and he is wearing this fetching custard coloured jacket in reverence to yours truly, but with those lovely green Gotna green trousers. In terms of the attributes, I went for man management as my focus because I thought that may be an important place. I think we can deal with the coaching side of things elsewhere. I guess the youth players can be dealt with elsewhere, so I think man management probably is something that we need to focus on. I did go with the Continental A license, and I just went with whatever the game recommended for this level. So it wasn't me trying to sort of. I didn't feel I needed to start from the bottom and work up. I thought starting at this point and then working from there. Of course, he's Gibraltarian. Favourite club is Gotna. Don't know if it says that anywhere. Randomly speaks Spanish. Oh yes, no, that's because he's from Gibraltar. He likes Route 1 football. I don't think I put that in place, but you know they know me, don't they? Right then, let's have a look at the squad, because this is where it starts to get interesting. So on team reports, we're going to go have a look at squad depth, and you'll notice immediately some issues. Whilst we have a reasonable set of strikers, we've got 3 strikers who can play reasonably well up there. The top guy of the lot, we'll maybe click on him and look at his history. Michel, I guess, Lallemand, I guess for this level looks pretty good. I mean, he's got really good finishing and very nice acceleration, and actually fairly tall. I mean, slightly taller than me. Ever so slightly taller than me, I think. So he is certainly going to be our first choice striker. Looking at that, I think he looks a very good player. Amazingly, only scored 2 goals for us last season, so that's good, isn't it? Up front with him, we have this guy who again has good finishing, but that's it technically. Physically, he's got a lot going for him. Maybe nowhere near as good as that other striker, but he's someone who can come on. And the other guy here that we'll look at is Hal Kossa, who looks okay again. So, but he can play a little bit further back if we want to play maybe one striker and maybe an attacking midfielder just behind him. He would certainly play that role very nicely. He's got good passing ability, good vision, and he's pretty fast as well, which is kind of nice. I like these composure stat. That looks pretty nice. Concentration could be better. Good off the ball. I like that a lot. So that's nice. Going one back in the attacking midfielder role, we've got Martin Suarez, who looks like he also plays in midfield. We really don't have many midfielders, do we? This is it. We need more of those. We'll have a look at him. Christophe Martin Suarez. He doesn't know what he wants to be. Have we already looked at this guy? Yeah, we have. So where the heck are these? So looks like we've got a lot of defensive midfielders. Okay, so we've already looked at him. So we've got a couple of guys who can play just behind the front man. So maybe that's what we'll do. We'll play him up top and maybe one of these guys just behind him. On the left side, the player that we have, he's not bad actually. He's not bad. He can play on both sides actually. We need more backup here. We'll look to bring a player on loan or something like that. He's got pace and can cross, and that's all I can ask for. We have got a little bit of a ability behind him, but it's a young 23-year-old with a little bit more potential, but he doesn't look like he's the best player in the world. In the centre of midfields, all we have really is this lad Rhodes, who he's got a tackle in him. He's also got a pass in him. He sort of looks like he's quality actually. As a sort of central midfielder, he's not quite not quite there, but he'll certainly be our go-to guy. It looks like we've got a fair few of these sort of more defensive central midfielders. This guy's more of a defender. We'll have a look at him in a second. So yeah, midfield we are lacking. Let's have a look at the back. So we've got a guy on loan who looks all right. I thought the other guy looked a little bit better. Heading, marking, good. Tackling could be a little bit better. He's quite fast, which is nice for a centre-back. His mental stats around here worry me a little bit. Some of those things make me feel he may be a little bit of a liability. Maybe that's age, but I think we could be doing a little bit better there. So we just looked at this guy sort of briefly. He's a bit of an all-round guy. He still has some pace, but he is a little bit better with his mental stats, which gives me a little bit more hope. So we're hopefully going to be seeing him in action as well. And we'll have one look at one more. We'll have a couple more defenders. A left-back, Ustillo, who I do like the look of, actually. He's got a bit of pace, he can cross, he can dribble, and defensively he's got good marking and reasonable tackling ability. So I think he's a very effective left back. We do have a backup there, Wutahis, who can play on both sides. Not so good, but he's certainly not terrible on the right side. I think he's a slightly weaker player, but I'm certainly not going to be disappointed. We'll have a look at this guy, who's another backup, who looks again another player who can improve dramatically. In goal, we've got a reasonably good goalkeeper. He can play either as a goalkeeper or a sweeper keeper. We'll think about exactly how we play him. He's 31 years old, so we haven't probably got him for that long. He's got one. Okay, so he's thinking about taking up management afterwards. He's an experienced goalkeeper, is our median description. Agility is a bit low, which is slightly worrisome, but a lot of the things that he needs to have are good. Kicking's not so great, so we'll need to think about that. Maybe think we'll get him throwing the ball rather than kicking it, perhaps. Oh no, he can't throw either, so he can't kick or throw. His distribution is poor. That's going to be fun. So just kicking it to the defender about 2 inches away from him, is that what we'll do? Look at it, free kick taking of 8. That's pretty good for a goalkeeper, isn't it? Fairly tall. Yeah, balanced personality. I will take him. The backup is this lad, 21-year-old Belgian. He's got reasonable potential, ability. Yeah, we'll take him. He's okay. So that's what we've got. There's clearly work to be done there. We don't have a lot of money to play with. I think we'll delve into the free transfer market or the loan market, rather than trying to bring a money transfer in. So we'll knock the wage budget or the transfer budget right down, bring up the wage budget, and hopefully we'll get maybe a couple more players in that can pack out this midfield, because we bloody need it. Unless we just don't play any midfielders. Maybe that's what they were doing. Who knows? Staff-wise, and coaching staff look pretty damn awesome, actually. We've got a very, very good coaching staff. One of the best in the league, it looks like. Recruitment staff, that could be improved, as could the medical staff, and we will look to do that as we go. Yeah, dynamics is not so great. The very poor team cohesion, so we're going to have to work on that. Poor collective mental state. We can do something about that in training, though, so that's not too much of a worry. Club atmosphere, very few players happy, high turnover of playing staff, and contrasting personalities throughout the club. And I've got a good reputation, apparently, so that's good. So I'm liked already, which is kind of nice. Let's have a look at the league. As you can see, got a fair few games to play, and the Belgian Cup coming up. So we're going to start out against Ruppelboom, away from home. Don't know what that means. So we are predicted to come fourth. That's nice. Ruppelboom are one of the poorer sides, so we should be beating them. So they're predicting we'll play 4-4-2, which is interesting. 4-2-3-1 is what I guess they have been playing. I don't know. Saying our hot prospect is Matthias Guffam, this young goalkeeper. Not sure I agree with that. one last thing to look at is the youth. As you can see, we've got a couple of players who have the ability to do all right. We've got a 17-year-old goalkeeper, Matthias Goffin, who looks like he could do all right. So what Westerlo are wanting him on transfer already, which is good for him, but obviously we don't want to let our best young players go, so we'll look to ignore that. And Nick Efrikamongo, who's 21, a 2-star player. He can play up top, so that might be a useful thing to have in the side. The thing I've noticed is that we, for whatever reason, we don't really have anybody else. So we've got this 28-year-old Belgian centre-back in there, but that's it. And under 21s, we don't have anyone. It's all greyed out players. So what we see in the main squad is all we have. That's it. That is absolutely it. So we're going to have to think about that. And there is no money. There's no wage budget left over. So, well, fun and games in the top amateur league in Belgium. Let me know in the comments what you would do with this squad. Having looked at it, let me know what you would do. What you would do. I'm not quite sure what Sean's plan is yet, but I think after speaking to him, he is going to be looking to bring in some wingers to improve the squad, and try and fiddle around with the finances to allow him to do that. But where would you improve? What would you do? First day in the job or first week in the job, where would you look to improve this? And we'll see if it matches up with what I've been doing when you come to watch this on Wednesday. Okay guys, well, we'll leave it there. If you have enjoyed this, please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you for our next episode, our first game of the season, first game of this series, where we play our Ruppelboom away from home. And hopefully we can start with a good result. See you then. Bye-bye.